Hello, Living Earth students. So hopefully by now you've made your double page spread of your notebook with the 4 different spheres of the Earth kind of arranged into this diamond shape. And the next step is to print and cut out these arrows and these little alteration cards. Once you have all your little arrows cut out, then you have to try to figure out how to place them. One of them you can probably figure out without reading all the helpful hints is photosynthesis. You know that photosynthesis takes carbon out of the atmosphere and puts it into the biosphere. So for this arrow, you're going to have to cut off the arrow that's pointing from the biosphere to the atmosphere and just make it going in the direction carbon dioxide is going from the atmosphere as carbon dioxide into the biosphere as sugar. So then you would put this one right there. You're supposed to write down your explanation, your definition of what's happening right there. So you'd say, plants take CO2 from the atmosphere and make glucose, C6H12O6. It's a little description or explanation of what's going on in this process that's changing carbon from one form to another. Now, it's possible that you might see some of these arrows and you could say, I don't know what this is. And that's when you want to go ahead and look at the helpful hints that are on this sheet that you got. What is burial and sedimentation, you might ask? Let's go down to the end and read about the carbon cycle. So I'm reading down here, the different processes happen at different time scales. Some of them happen quickly and some of them happen more slowly. Some carbon processes happen over much longer time scales. For example, in the ocean, organisms with calcium carbonate skeletons and shells die. Some of their remains that don't decompose sink to the ocean floor. When they reach the ocean floor, the carbon that was in their bodies becomes part of the carbon-rich sediment and is eventually carried along by tectonic movement to subduction zones and gets converted into metamorphic rock. Those are showing the extreme variety of processes. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my diagram. Looks like burial and sedimentation takes things that were living and turns it into rocks. So I'm going to have to cut off this side of my arrow to show the direction. And I can write a little description in words underneath that. So you're going to go ahead and finish doing that part, putting all the arrows on, and then you can watch the other video for the next part of this poster that you're making.